Hi guys. So 2025 is about to end and we are entering 2026 soon. And over the past year, I was doing some journaling and stuff like that. I was not diligently doing journaling. Just from time to time, when I actually feel putting something from pen to paper, from thoughts to paper. So these are some of the things that I've journaled. I've put it here. Well, other stuff, the ones that are really personal, I put them aside. These are just some of the things that I think I'm going to share with you what I have realized, what I encountered, and what I think or what I believe I've learned over the past year, 2025. So I'm sharing this with you before 2026 because it's gonna be a new year. New year means like a new chapter, a continuous chapter. I don't know if this is gonna be interesting enough, but here are just some of the things that I have journaled over the past few months this year, 2025. So the first that I want to share with you that I've written here is that I went into one of the seminars and it says there to it's very important to label your emotions, which when you label your emotions, you don't let emotions get the better of you. Thoughts are equal thoughts, but not all thoughts are equal to facts. Okay, let me say that again. Thoughts equal thoughts, but not all thoughts are facts. Does not mean they are facts. What you're thinking here, it doesn't mean that they are facts or the truth. Maybe these are just some of your overthinking or intrusive thoughts for the matter. It's very important to label your emotions so that your emotions will not control you, will not override you, and will not get the better of you. This is a way of acknowledging it, and well, you will get to know where it came from. If you feel frustrated, for example, you don't feel good today, what made you not feel good today? What was that emotion? Is it sadness, loneliness, anger? Or, for example, do you like this person? Are you really ready to be in a relationship with this person? Or you're just bored, you're just lonely, and the idea of you being in a relationship is just what you like, but not really to the point of committing to this person. So you also have to know that. This one's very important. Label your emotion. Now, the next that I've written here is that, well, it's very important to shape your thought. When you have a healthy mindset, you have healthy thoughts, healthy outlook in life. One of the things that you could actually set your thought is when you set your thoughts at night before you get to bed, so that when you wake up in the morning, you have this wonderful, fresh morning. And also to shape your thought early in the morning, is to actually listen to a good music early in the morning before your first thought. So before you even let those intrusive thoughts come across your mind, or all of those anxieties, or maybe you're anxious about something later part of the day, you could shape your thought early in the morning when you put good music, when you play good music. Set your happy music. The past few weeks, maybe October, November, I already started playing Christmas songs and it lifted up my soul, my inner being. So it's good to have your happy music with you. And this is very important. Emotions. Now, emotions, according to this resource speaker, she said emotions only stay for 3 hours. Emotions only stay for 3 hours. Now, what makes emotion or what prolongs emotion if it only stays for 3 hours? It's actually our thought. Our thought, it's the thought that prolongs the emotion. So emotions are temporary. Sadness, loneliness, or whatever how you label your emotions. And now this one, still about emotions. So when you act on your emotions, especially when you act on impulse, it is making things worse. So don't act on impulse. When you have your emotions, you label them, but do not act on impulse because it'll just make things worse. And sometimes, and most often than not, radical acceptance is really the answer. Another thought that I've written on my journal is that in this journal, I forgot what month this was, but this time I was really worrying a lot. I wrote here, lately, I also worry about the opportunities that I might miss, the fear of missing out on opportunities. Yes, I did have my fears on missing out on opportunities. I was like, if I'm not gonna do this, maybe I'm gonna miss this, or maybe if I'm not here on time, I'm gonna miss this. Or if I don't follow strictly, diligently on whatever schedule I'm planning out, I will never have this. All of these limiting thoughts, all of these limiting beliefs, all of this, it actually gave fear in me, which is really, first of all, unnecessary and very, very unhealthy. I have this fear that if I'm not in this place right now, I will miss out on something. Well, it's not always like that. There are really, serendipitous moments, serendipity, when spontaneously you went out to this place, not planning at all, and wonderful things happen. You meet someone, you learn something. So this one particularly, this was all about the worry that I'm mentioning. It's worrying me, but I wrote here, God reminded me, if it's mine, it's mine. I'm not gonna miss out on it as long as I still do my part and let God do the rest. I do my best and let God do the rest. If it's mine, and if it's in God's timeline, and if God knows already that I'm ready, I'm prepared to have it, then He'll give it to me. It's mine. So if it's yours, it's yours. Nobody can have it if it's really meant for you. Okay, you will not miss out on it. You will not miss it. Maybe the opportunity is not yours if you miss it. Maybe there's something better. Now, another thing that I also wrote here is that I just need to take a breather. I just need to take a breath. Trust God that He's there, and trust God that He's in control of the things that, of course, I am not in control of. So God's there. I've written in my journal here that I want to share with you. I wrote here again. I don't know why, but I didn't put dates on some of my journal. Well, some other journals I put date. This one I haven't put date. When was this? But I wrote here, letting go is the process of trusting that if something is not good for you, you will be better off without it. So let it live. Let it go. Let it free it. Let it go. Just let it fly away from you. Okay, so again, I want to repeat this one because this is very beautiful, and I hope that you're getting something from this. But again, I wrote here, letting go is the process of trusting that if something is not good for you, you will be better off without it. So let it leave, let it fly away from you, let it go. If it's not coming back to you, maybe it's really not for you, and maybe it's not good for you as well. So let it go. If it comes back to you, well, then you have your answer. This one's also beautiful. Your mind thinks it can't live without such and such. You know, of course, that you actually can, but that's just a theory until you actually start doing it. I'll repeat that again. Your mind thinks it cannot live without this and such and such. You know, of course, that you actually can, but that's just a theory until you start doing it. So in our minds, we are anxious, we fear a lot, and we are thinking, oh, we cannot do this, or we cannot live without this, without that, so we have to have this. But actually, like, we didn't end up with the job that we want, or we didn't get the things that we want, we didn't end up with the person that we want. You can still actually live. Okay, it doesn't mean that you're dying, it doesn't mean that it's already the end of the world. You can actually still live. You will just have to move on, move forward, and take action for you to live, for you to actually live. Go out there, immerse yourself in, discover something. Okay, but even if without having this one or that person or this material stuff, you can still live. It doesn't mean that you're gonna die, it doesn't mean that it's the end of the world, but you have to start living. You have to start, you need to move forward, you need to go forward. But I also want to insert that it's actually still okay to, there's this what you call downtime, where you mourn over things that didn't end up good for you. You lost it, somebody left you, you didn't get what you want, you didn't achieve some goals. It's okay to feel like sad about it. Again, label your emotions and then give yourself some time for downtime, because it's there. Downtime is normal, but you need to stand up again and start living, start doing. This one, another thing that I've written here, it's to say that on a spiritual level, the whole journey of living is about letting go of things, people, places, ideas, opinions, and positions. Now, this one, because I think the context of this was that I was really trying so hard, or I was really wanting something out of my career, out of my, I think at this point in time, I want to have control. Like, if I can't have this, then I don't know what my life will be about. That was the initial my initial thinking. But then I realized that on a spiritual level, the whole journey of living is about letting go of things, people, places, ideas, opinions, and positions, especially if these are not for you. Okay? And here's also very beautiful. The more you let go, the freer you become. The more you let go, the freer you become. And the freer you become, the more graceful and comfortable your journey through life is, because you're not resisting so strongly. You're not resisting anymore. You're letting go. You feel free. Like, take off that baggage you feel on your shoulders. You leave that weight that was on your shoulder for a long, long time because you finally let go of it. Let go of something that you think is good for you, but actually is not. Okay, you would feel more free. And you would feel freer if you've actually accepted that some things don't just really go your way. Sometimes your dreams, you didn't achieve it because there are far more things better for you. Ultimately, letting go is about expanding. It's about being free. I like this part here. Ultimately, letting go is about expanding. It's about being free. You expand yourself, you'll be able to expand yourself now because you see things in a much, much more beautiful way because you've already let go of the things that are no longer serving you. You're letting go of the things that are no longer in alignment to your purpose or to your mission. Now, this one is about relationship. And this is so simple and yet very striking and very substantial to me because here it goes. A strong relationship requires two people who are authentic with themselves and with each other. Again, a strong relationship requires two people who are authentic with themselves and with each other. Well, people who are actually committed to the relationship or in the relationship and committed to one another. Truthful, faithful, loyal as well. There was this one journal that I've written here. It's actually connected to my first point, which was label your emotions. But this one, I added some more. So I put here, label your emotions, but do not invalidate your feelings or emotions. Acknowledge them, but translating them into action is another story. Not all emotions should be put into action. Do not invalidate your emotions. Acknowledge them. You feel pain, you're angry, you're lonely, you're sad, but you don't have to translate those into actions. Why? When you are in pain, it doesn't mean that you need to inflict pain to others, right? If you're hurt, it doesn't mean that you have to hurt others. That's not good. That's not even right. So when you're sad or when you're lonely, you're bored, you love bomb other people, or I don't know, you try to be in a relationship with other people, but not really to commit into the relationship. But just because you're lonely and sad, you don't love the other person, you just like the idea of being in a relationship. No, don't do that. Just because you're sad and lonely, okay, that's the wrong way of how to put your emotions into action. Not all of your emotions should be put into actions. It's another story, it's a different story. Again, do not invalidate your feelings, be aware of it, acknowledge it, but it doesn't mean that if you're in pain, you have to inflict pain on others. It doesn't mean that if you're hurt, you have to hurt others. Being aware with your emotions is one way to knowing, healing, and fixing yourself. This was very beautiful. Being aware with your emotions is one way to knowing, healing, and fixing yourself. This is the best way, the better way to actually handle your emotions. So after validating your emotions, after acknowledging your emotions, this is your way to actually to be more self-aware, you being self-aware. Okay, and by this you are knowing more of yourself, healing more of yourself, and fixing yourself. Now I've also written here, this one's interesting again because this were the ones that I felt, the negative emotions that I've been feeling at a certain point in my life in 2025. And I've written these here. The need to want to control, the need to control, the want to control. That's what I felt. I felt pain. I also felt fear. I felt loneliness, yearning for something. Now, at the other side of the paper, I put here, what should I do to fix this, heal myself from these feelings of control, feeling of pain, feeling of fear, feeling of loneliness and yearning. So control, I wrote here, I just have to accept and let go. In order for me to counter this feeling of control, I need to accept and let go of things that I'm not in control of, let go of the things that are putting burden on me, on my shoulders, accept things that are out of my reach, accept things that some things are just not meant for me. However I want it, however I try to work hard for it, if it's not for me, it's not for me. So I just have to accept and let go. And then the feeling of pain. I wrote here that I need to forgive, I need to be patient, and I need to be understanding. Now, when I say forgiveness, it doesn't mean that you need to accept the person in your life like nothing happened, but forgiveness, but with boundaries. So you don't need to let the other person still have access in your life. You can actually just, okay, boundary, here it is, but I forgive you. Because forgiveness is really powerful, especially for those who gave the forgiveness. You might say they did not deserve the forgiveness that you give because they betrayed you, they lied to you, they cheated on you, but you forgive also yourself for trusting these people, for at times trying to give them the benefit of the doubt and they just used you. Okay, so they don't really deserve the forgiveness, but when you forgive them, it's also forgiving yourself for at one point in your life you were manipulated by these people. You have to forgive so that you will let go of them, release that anger that's really not serving you. And I also put here the patience and understanding that things will just be better. You will meet another person. You can trust again another person who is now trustworthy, and the patience to just really trust again, and the patience to one day you'll believe again, hope again that you will have a better one than what happened previously. So I put here forgiveness, patience, and understanding against, pain. Now, for the fear, the feeling of fear, I put here faith. Now, this one's really simple yet very powerful because I remember when I fear too much, I lose sight of good things. I have to remember that faith in God is really, really powerful. Simply, if you have fear, you just have to put in more faith. And I put here loneliness and yearning. God reminded me this time that I do not just have to receive love, but I also have to give love. And when I say give love, it's not just for certain person, but you can actually give love to your parents, to your mom, siblings, cousins, family members, friends. So I put here love to counter the loneliness. There's love, there's loneliness. I also have to be creative. Creativity in the form of advancing your career, maybe doing something creative out of your career, being creative with your work, creative with the output, or creative like going out traveling. When you're traveling, you really get to be creative. There's a lot of ways how you can be creative when you travel, and there's really lots and lots of ways, even when you're not traveling, just be creative. So I put here to counter the feeling of loneliness and yearning, I put here creativity. So I was asking myself, what's my next plan? What's my next goal? How can I be more creative? Then I put here positivity to look at things in another perspective. That could also be creative, looking at other things in another lens, in another perspective, and just focusing on the good stuff, not giving so much energy on whatever's negative or whatever's wrong. Because if you focus on this negativity, that's what will be magnified in your life. And also, I put here right energy. So if I feel lonely or yearning, I put here that I should cultivate the right energy. The right energy is actually to believe in something good. Have this energy in you that will not pull you down, but will actually listen to good music, invest on things that you actually care about, go to the beach, swim, hike. That's the right energy. Meet new people, go to seminars and functions and events that you're really interested in. Maybe you're into cosplaying, you want to be in a part of that community. Those were just some of what I've written and what I was journaling over the past few months this year. Sorry for the shaky camera times because I'm hitting the table and this camera is on the table, so I'm like hitting the table, so it just wiggles like that. So these are just some of the things that I've journaled over the past months this year, 2025, and I'm sharing this with you because 2025 is almost about to end. It's like how many weeks and how many days now, and it's gonna be 2026. So I'm really praying and hoping that you will also have a wonderful 2026, a healthy 2026. I'm hoping and praying that whoever's watching this video, and if you've come to the end of this video, I hope that you will have a really, really good 2026. You will find the right opportunities will come knocking at your door. You will meet new people, you will meet good people who will help you, who will be aligned with your purpose, and you'll also help with their purpose or mission. And I hope that for those who have not yet discovered what their calling is, I hope that 2026 is a year that you will be able to find your calling or discover your calling. And I hope that you will have, I don't know, maybe more travels if you want more travels, more genuine friendship, faithful friendships. May you have good health. May you basically have prosperous new year. And hopefully by new year, you would be able to achieve your heart's desire. So that's what I am praying and hoping for you, for anybody who's watching this video and you've come to the end of this video. So I don't know if this is like, shall I say Merry Christmas and Happy New Year? Those are the things that I'm sharing with you. My journal, what I've experienced, learned, and during the past few months, this 2025. So let's continue to be warriors of light. God bless to you guys, and see you soon.